Hello, this is Jacqueline from Jack Knits, and today we're going to master knitting with double pointed needles. Now it may seem a little intimidating because here you have 4 needles and only 2 hands, but we're going to walk through it step by step.
So double pointed needles. When you knit with double pointed needles, you are in a sense knitting in the round and creating a tubular knitting structure. Now normally when you knit in the round, you may want to use a round circular needle, one like this. Now the problem with a circular needle is that you need enough stitches on your circular needle to cover the circumference of this circle. If you have too few stitches, you won't be able to connect them because they'll be too spaced out on your needle. Hence, you need a either smaller circular needle, and this is about the smallest size they come in, or you need to switch to double pointed needles. Double pointed needles come in handy when you're knitting things like socks, which is a small tubular knitting, and since there are too few stitches to work on a large circular needle, you will want to use double pointed needles for socks. Similarly with mittens, you can create this whole mitten on double pointed needles because it's a fairly small knitting structure. Now, when it's most commonly, or when I most often use the double pointed needles for, is when I'm making a hat and I'm using a larger circular needle, but when I get to the very end of the hat and I'm knitting the crown and I'm starting to decrease my stitches, eventually I'm going to have too few stitches to fit onto comfortably on my round circular needle, so then I switch to the double pointed needles. So that is a common use for them as well, to finish up a hat that you're knitting in the round. So how do you get started with working with the double pointed needles? So first we will need to cast on the number of stitches that you will need for whatever pattern you're following. Then you need to connect them to be able to work in a round. So let's step through that together. I am going to pretend that our pattern is calling for 36 stitches to be casted on. So I'm going to start by casting on 36 stitches using the long tail cast on method. I'm only going to cast them onto one needle, not multiple needles right now. So if you need a refresher on how to do the long tail cast on, feel free to review my video that I have in my descriptions below, which instructs how to do the cast on method. But I will just quickly cast on 36 stitches to this one needle. Okay, now I have casted on 36 stitches onto one of my needles. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these needles onto, or these stitches onto my 2 other needles. I've casted on 36 stitches, so I'm going to do 12 stitches on each of my 3 of the 4 needles that I have. And it does not need to be an exact equal number of stitches on your 3 needles, just so that they are evenly distributed as much as possible. So let's slip these stitches onto this needle, and I'm going to just slip them as if make them parallel, not twisting them, so not slipping them this way, but slipping them just from one needle to the next. So let's bring 12 stitches from this needle to my second needle. Okay, and now let's do the same with a third needle. Switch 12 stitches here. Okay, so now I've got 12 stitches on each of my 3 needles. So now it looks kind of like a mess, right? Where do you begin? What stitch do I start to knit with first? So let's take a look at that. What we're going to do is we're going to create a triangle of my needles on a hard surface. So let's set these down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a triangle with the needle that has my working yarn and my tail attached to it at the top of here, and needle is going to be my right needle to my triangle, the right side of my triangle. This next needle is going to be the base of my triangle over here, and now this third needle, let's move these stitches up a little bit. This third needle is going to be on my left side. Now the next thing that we want to look at is, when we look at our triangle here of stitches, is look at this base ridge from our cast on that's at the base of the needle. We want to make sure that that ridge of cast on ridge is pointing to the center of your triangle. So here it is nicely pointing to the center on this needle as well. Here we've got a little twisting action going on. We don't like that. We want to make sure that there's no twisting of the stitches on the needle, but that the ridge of my cast on again is towards the end. So we fixed that. Now we've got our triangle with the ridges all facing inward, so we're good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this gap here at the top of our triangle and connect those two needles so we've got a closed triangle so we can work knitting in the round. So let's pick up our our needles here. I'm going to move my stitches a little closer to the tip here. Let's pick them up into our hands, and we're going to begin to knit. Now, I'm going to knit with my working yarn coming off. This is my tail, so we can ignore that. My working yarn is coming off of my right hand needle. I am going to knit the stitches on the left side of my triangle, and I'm putting them on my fourth empty blank needle. Okay, so that's what we're going to stitch. So let's grab my working yarn here in my left hand. I'm going to knit my first stitch here, like that, knit that first stitch. When I take it off the needle, I like to give it an extra little tug so that it's nice and snug up to my needle and on that right needle. Same thing with stitch number 2. And let's continue in this fashion, knitting and kind of pulling it snug here. Pulling it snugly up against those two needles will prevent a little bit of a gap that you sometimes see in your stitches between your needles. So pulling those first couple of stitches tighter than you normally would will prevent that. Now you notice that these two other needles I'm really completely ignoring, right? Yep, they're kind of flopping around. They seem to maybe getting in your way, but just ignore them. We will get to them later. And let's finish knitting the needle stitches from this needle. Okay, so now that we've completed that, let's now rotate our knitting just like that to the right or clockwise. So now we're going to continue knitting, but knit now with our new blank needle in our right hand. And we're going to, let's get this stitch under here. Now we're going to knit the stitches from this needle. And we're going to knit a second. Here we go. Again, those first few stitches, I'm pulling nice and snug up to that other side. And still ignoring the other two needles. I'm just really concerned with the two needles that I'm working with, the needles with the stitches that I'm knitting from, and the needle that I'm putting the new stitches on. Okay, again, rotate, and voila, here's your next blank needle that you can use. And let's now stitch our needles or stitches from our final needle. Sometimes those extra needles kind of flop around. Again, pay no attention to those two needles. Ignore them. They're of no use to you right now. We're just going to knit here to the end of this last needle. And we know we're at the end of the round here because here's our tail tucked away there, so that when we reach our tail from our original cast on, we know that we've completed one round. So you would just continue in that fashion, keep rotating your knitting using your new blank needle, and continue to knit that next needle that's on the right side. And that's basically it. You'll continue to do that following your pattern row by row, and whatever stitch pattern you are directed to knit. One row equals working all of the needles on all three of the, or all the stitches on all three of the needles till you get back to this tail. So that is knitting in the round with double pointed needles. It's really not that complicated. Once you get the comfortable feel of all those needles in your hand, it really goes lickety split, and it really is no problem at all. So I hope you found this helpful. If so, please like and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you'll receive notifications of my new videos that I post all about knitting tips and stitches and new creative patterns that you can follow along with. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this. Happy knitting.